Hello everybody. In this video, we'll be performing a role play where the patient demands for NFR and the nurse reassures and consoles the patient about her health.
I'm Lindu and I'll be playing the part of the nurse.
I'm Neema. I will be performing the role of the patient.
Good morning, Neema.
Good morning.
My name is Lindu Verghese. I'm one of the registered nurses working in this hospital and I'll be taking care of you today. Well, Neema, have you had your breakfast?
Yes.
Okay, that's good to hear. From your case note, I came to know that you are diagnosed with end-stage renal disease. How do you feel now?
Nurse, I really do not know what to say. I'm very disturbed due to this health condition of mine.
Oh, Neema, I'm really sorry to hear that, but try not to worry. It would be better if you can ventilate your feelings.
Nurse, I'm really uncomfortable with this continuous dialysis procedure, and the doctor has advised me to do it 3 times a week until my kidney is transplanted. But I'm really hopeless in this condition of mine, and I do not think I will ever find a donor. I'm absolutely depressed, nurse.
Being in your shoes, I can really sense your feelings. But please be optimistic. It is very important for you to undergo dialysis 3 times a week and it will help you to stabilize your health status. Otherwise, it will worsen your condition and may cause other complications. Are you able to follow me?
Yes, nurse. But will it improve my health?
Your concerns are reasonable, but I would like to inform you that dialysis is not a procedure to improve your condition, but to maintain your health from worsening. Are we on the same page?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm glad that you're following me. Have you got any more concerns?
Yes, nurse, I actually have a concern. Actually, not a concern, but a demand. I want to be nominated as not for resuscitation if I ever meet with a cardiac arrest in this health condition.
Neema, I validate your decision, but before making such clear-cut opinion, I strongly recommend you to consult a counselor to know more about what you're asking for. Can I make an appointment with the counselor?
Is it really necessary to do so?
Of course, it will help you to make the right decision. The counselor will give you information regarding the legal aspects of not for resuscitation, including the advantages and disadvantages. Can we move forward with that?
Well, as you say it is necessary, I think we can proceed with this appointment.
I'm glad that you accepted my suggestions. Do you need any other clarifications?
Yes, Naz. I want to die with dignity and I would like to have my family present during that time.
Neema, I can understand that you are very depressed and feeling low, but I'm sure that you will be able to back on your feet very soon. As a nurse, I respect your decisions and I know that your family's presence is very important for you. But according to our hospital policy, you have to request this in a return form and then we'll make sure that it is done. Will you be able to do that?
Yes, definitely.
Do you have any other concerns?
No, nurse, it is very clear.
Well, lift your chin up. As every cloud has silver lining, a better day will come for you too. I hope I clarified all your doubts. If you have any further queries, please press the buzzer near your bedside. Thank you.
You're welcome, nurse. Well, Intu, that was an interactive session, isn't it?
Yes.
So, the feedback session will be provided very soon.
Hello and welcome to another feedback session. And in today's feedback, we are going to learn on how to handle an upset patient. Now remember, this topic is very common in your OET speaking test. Now, let's try to understand the scenario. So in this role play, you're talking to a 55-year-old patient who has this end-stage renal disease. And he's a patient in your ward, in your renal ward, and his condition is steadily worsening. Now, this patient appears to be lonely and depressed, and he has to undergo dialysis 3 times a week. Again, he is a candidate for renal transplant. So there are a lot of information about this patient, some of which you must use in your task. to perform well. So let's try to do each and every task. In the first task, you are supposed to ask the patient to tell you how he or she is feeling. Now, if you look into the background, you can see that the patient appears lonely and depressed. So it is very important to use this information while you do your first task to make it much more effective. So let's do the intro part. Good morning. My name is Bindya, the registered nurse in this renal ward. I'll be your attending nurse today. John, I can see that you're looking very upset and sad. Can I know how are you feeling right now? In the second task, you are supposed to encourage the patient to talk about his or her fears about the condition. So, here the task is asking you to help the patient to express him so that he can easily ventilate his feeling to you. So, let's see on how to do this task. John, I understand that this is a very challenging situation for you. But it would be better if you could tell me what is your current situation so that I can help you better. So would you mind telling me? So in the third task, you have to inform the patient that without dialysis, he or she would suffer more. So here you have to give information about the treatment. At the same time, you have to keep in mind that you're talking to an upset patient. So you should have that empathy tone and that reassurance languages while you're delivering this task. So let's do it. Thank you for being open with me. I can sense what you're trying to say. Sometimes dialysis can be really tough. But you know what? This treatment is helping you to stabilize your condition until the surgery. And if there is no dialysis, it means your condition can get more worse. Am I making sense here? In the next task, you are supposed to reassure the patient that there is always hope and a donor will be found in time. So again, you have to give reassurance, okay, based on renal transplant. So it is given in the background so we can have an idea. The patient is talking about the renal transplant here. So let's do it. I know it has been a long wait, but let's try to be optimistic. We are trying our best to find a suitable donor, and let me assure you, you will find a suitable donor in the right time. Is there anything else you want to tell me? So in the fifth task, you are asked to suggest that a counselor be consulted to support the patient's decision to be listed as not for resuscitation, brackets NFR. So you have to make a suggestion here, and at the same time you have to keep in mind that you're talking to a upset patient. So let's do this. Yes, you're right. You can take that decision. But before you do that, I would strongly recommend you to have a consultation with the counselor so that you can have a better understanding on your choices. So shall I make an appointment for that? Okay. So the final task. Here the task is asking you to provide reassurance that the patient's request will be accepted. Okay, so here we have to tell that if the patient wants, he can put his request in writing so that it is the hospital policy for the staff to respect it. And a family member should be present. It is very important. So that's what we're going to do in this task, and I would call this task as a blind task because it is a bit complicated. Okay, so here you have to listen to your patient carefully to understand why this task is happening. And the patient on the other side is telling that he wants to die with dignity with his family present. And that is why you're doing this task. So let's do it. I can see that you're very close to your family. And let me tell you, according to the hospital policy, it is important to have this wish in writing so that all staff respect it. And your family presence is also important during that time. So can we make arrangements for that? That's how you do the last task. So this is the end of this role play with its feedback, and I hope it has been useful for you. Thank you.